Hello everyone, I think that we should be live over on the Chloe's Creative Cards Facebook page and of course on the YouTube channel as well. Thank you everyone for joining me. I've had to have a quick change of clothes because I had a mark on the top I had on, so I've got one of our lovely new work hoodies on, which is quite exciting. So thank you all for joining me for the launch of the fabulous box kit number 14. Can you believe we're on issue 14 of this already? So this one, of course, is all Christmas crafting. We put a little bit of a spin on a couple of our our flowers and our gorgeous stamen dies to create this fabulous box kit. So, as always, we have got lots of goodies in here, which I'm going to dive in and show you. I'm just going to have a little look through the comments just to say hello to everyone. Hello to Samantha, hello to Becky, hello Shirley. Hello to Leslie, hello to Lakita, who's watching in Alabama in the US. Oh my word, we've got people on from Australia. Thank you all so much for joining me on this lovely Thursday afternoon. I hope the weather's not too bad where you're at the moment, because I know we have got some warnings and things out for storms. Okay then, so we're going to dive on in. Oh, Glynis is watching as well. Of course, Glynis has done some fabulous projects for the box kit too. So I'm going to flip the camera to the overhead one, so then I can show you the box kit. Now it's looking a little bit dog-eared because this is literally the only box kit we have in the office. We're waiting for our stock to arrive tomorrow, so this really is an exclusive sneak peek today. Okay, so I'm going to pop the overhead camera in. Let me just push this little iPad out of the way. There we go. Okay, I've got it in front of me so I can still see your comments. Right then, so this is box kit number 14. Now, as always, all of the elements that you get within the box kit are exclusive to this box, okay? So we've got stamps in here, we've got a die set, we've got a 6x6 stencil, and we've got an A6 embossing folder as well. So all really like usable products that you've got in here. But not only that, what is so fabulous about this magazine is that you then get the fabulous magazine packed with all of the projects, showing you exactly how to make all of these fabulous cards. So let's dive on in and have a little look. Here we go. So when we open this up, you will see you've got all of your goodies packed up there. So first up, I'm going to show you the beautiful stamp set. So this is one of the larger stamp plates again as well. It's 18 centimetres by 20 centimetres. Do you know what? I'm going to take it out of the plastic because it reflects back a little bit on the screen. So let me open that up and you can see all of the fabulous stamp designs that you've got in here. So we've got some really beautiful flowers. These look amazing, stamped and embossed in white onto vellum. So you've got the larger 5-petal flower and you've also got the smaller one as well. You've then got some extra petals and leaves that you can be tucking in behind. We've got the gorgeous little holly sprig here that's perfect for creating backgrounds and also perfect for kind of tucking into the behind your flowers and things like that. And then we've got all of the lovely sentiments as well. So we've got season's greetings, we've got wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We've got Happy Christmas with Love at Christmas. And then we've got these ones which are a little bit more kind of stylistic in design. Really lovely. They've got that kind of Christmas chalkboard feel to them. So really pretty. They look amazing stamped and embossed. They also look gorgeous stamped in your ink pads too. So we've got It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, and that's been embellished with the ribbons and the bells and the holly as well. And then we've also got Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. And the holly jolly in the middle there has been left as like an outline. So then you can be going in with your finer glitters and glittering that as well. You've also got like a little sprig here, which is really nice for foliage, lovely for creating a background as well. And you've got a little snowflake. You've got this tiny little corner of stars, which is really lovely just for stamping onto the corners of your designs. You've got a lovely holly sprig that's a nice outline, so you can be glittering those leaves, adding the jewels onto your berries. You've also got like a little pine branch as well, which looks fab, stamped and embossed onto acetate. Make sure it's heat resistant if you're embossing. And you've got the gorgeous little kind of Christmas rose corner design, which is lovely for stamping into the corners. And of course, for a 6x6 card, you could stamp that in all 4 corners and your project would pretty much be done. colour that in, layer up those flowers. It's going to look absolutely amazing. So that's your stamp set that you get included. Next up, you are going to get a gorgeous little 5-piece layering die set. So you've got a beautiful little sprig that's got little berries and leaves on. Really lovely for die cutting out, adding your 3D pearls onto the little dots, adding your jewels, adding your pearls onto there as well. It looks really lovely. We've also got a little holly sprig over here as well, and we've got like a little spiky pine branch too. And then these two that you've got work beautifully in the middle of the flower stamp. So in these two here, they're like your little stamen. So these are different to the stamen designs that we've done in the past as well. So you've got a larger one and then you've got a smaller one. And the smaller one's kind of like fringed, so it looks lovely in the middle of like the Christmas rose style design as well. Really, really lovely. So that's your die set. You've got 5 dies in there. We've then got the 6x6 stencil as well. And this is lovely. It looks amazing if you just tape it onto some 6x6 card, paste through it and pop your Sparklicious glitters over the top. It's going to look absolutely fabulous, and it also looks lovely if you paste it and then you can cut the trees out individually as well if you want to. So you can layer them up a little bit closer, or if you want to paste through, you can mask off designs. So pop your masking tape over, paste or ink through one of the trees, and it gives you then the trees individually as well. So we've tried to give you as much versatility as we possibly can within this kit. I love this little tree here as well with the little lights, because then you can go back in and pop little jewels just onto where the light bulbs would be, which looks so, so lovely. So that's this one here. So that is your 6x6 stencil. Next up, we've got a gorgeous A6 embossing folder, and this is Merry Christmas. Now, I think, having worked with this myself, I think that you're all going to absolutely love this design. So much so that we are working on some stamps in a very similar theme. So hopefully you are going to absolutely love crafting with this one. So you've got that beautiful Merry Christmas design. The Christmas has been left open, so you can go in with your glitters and glitter it. This is actually the card that I'm going to show you how to create today. So we're going to be using the embossing folder. And then you've got all of that embellished detail around the edge. So we've got the beautiful kind of swirl designs, we've got the little stars, and we've got the little holly sprigs as well, which are so, so lovely. And then you've got your gorgeous magazine. Now in the middle of the magazine, just to show you, you do get a selection of beautiful papers. So you've got papers and toppers. Let me just get to the right page here. So these are kept in the middle of the magazine, and they started doing this just to keep your papers nice and flat while they're in the box. So you can see you've got toppers in here as well. So you've got the trees, you've got holly, you've got lovely little sentiments. You've got Christmas shines brighter with fabulous friends like you. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The magic of Christmas never ends, and its greatest gifts are family and friends, which is lovely. You've then got the little corner stamp design all coloured in there, and some little flowers as well. So you've kind of got that more in the red, green, blue, more traditional colours. And then we've also got it in the gorgeous icy Christmas colours as well. And then you've got all of these beautiful patterned papers. So we've got navy, greens, we've got reds in here. Really, really lovely. So we've got all of the different paper designs as well. Now these are double-sided, but what we will be doing is popping up a download on the website when the box kit goes live. So it officially goes on sale next Thursday, so we'll make sure that we've got the download up for you from then. Okay, so you can see how fab that is and how that's all going to tie nicely together. So then I'll give you a little sneak peek in the magazine. I'm going to show you the little box that it comes in first. So this is your fabulous box kit 14. So you've got 249 hints and tips for festive crafting. So you can see the gorgeous cover card we've got on here. This is one of Rebecca's. Absolutely beautiful. And then when we flip that over, you can see we've got the little sneak peek at all what's inside. You can see we've got projects with die cutting techniques, we've got paper technique projects, we've got stencil designs, we've got beautiful cards using the embossing folder, we've got some more in-depth makes as well, such as like an advent calendar, and we've also got some off-the-page projects as well. So really, really lovely. So this is your box kit 14. If we have a little look through the magazine as well, We've got lots of projects in here. I don't want to kind of spoil it too much, but I'm going to show you a couple of different ones. So we've got a little introduction there from Jen. We've got projects in here from Glynis, myself and Rebecca as well. So it talks you through exactly what you've got in your box as well in here. And then when we have a little flick through, we've got some lovely projects here showing you different ways to use the papers. There's a competition that you can enter. We've got projects using some of our other products as well, such as the decorative dies, showing you how well they all work together. We've got fabulous projects from Glynis in here. Look at the amazing advent calendar that Mel's done. Mel always does fabulous projects for the Box Kit magazine. She's one of the Practical Publishing Design team members, and it's absolutely gorgeous. We've got some more simple projects as well using the Stencil. I'm going to try and find the embossing folder one that I did. This one here. So using that embossing folder to create lots of different designs, showing you how you can ink it, showing you how you can glitter it, use your gilding wax over it as well. Really, really lovely. We've got some of Jen's projects in here as well, who's the editor. We've got some 3D makes, like a little pen pot. We've got some little trees that you could be popping on your Christmas table as well. There are so many projects in here. We've even done some that are just for birthdays as well, so showing you how you can use the flowers in a different way. And we've got a stamp along in here as well. Now what we've done is we've put, because this is being condensed down in the magazine, we've actually put a full one up on the blog on the website. We've got some elegant Christmas projects in here as well, using some of our other ranges. And we've also got some projects in here using Candy Cane Lane as well. So that is your gorgeous Box Kit 14. So we've got the lovely magazine that comes in its little box. You're then going to get your stamps, your stencil, your dies and your embossing folder as well, all together. So that is your basic box kit. Anyone who knows Chloe's Creative Cards knows that we always like to try and give you something different as well and bring you something a little bit extra. So as an exclusive, here in the UK at Chloe's Creative Cards, we have got this gorgeous Silent Night stamp. Okay, a little bit difficult to show there because it's see-through, but you can see this is one big stamp and it's a lovely kind of Silent Night scene. Really, really lovely. You've got little snowflakes in the background. You've got the tree designs at the bottom as well, which we've actually taken from the stencil, so it all coordinates. And then you've got Silent Night, Holy Night as the text on this one. It's absolutely beautiful, really nice and detailed. And then to give you an idea of what you can be creating, we've got this lovely card here from Rebecca. And this again will be going up on the blog. So she's used some of the backing papers in the background, and then she's used that Silent Night stamp just in the to create that lovely topper there. So all she's done is stamped and embossed it using Sparkling Snow Wow powder. And you can see the effect that then gives and embellished with the crystals. She's also used some of the gorgeous elegant poinsettias and just die cut those and pop those into the corner as well. So that is your Box Kit 14. I've done a little graphic and I'm going to pop it up just so you can have a little look. Oh, helps if you hit the right button there. So Box Kit 14 with the limited edition stamp is $17.99, sorry. So for an extra £3 on top of your box kit, you can get that gorgeous limited edition stamp, and it is absolutely fabulous. So you get your box kit and the limited edition stamp for $17.99, or if you don't want the limited edition stamp and you just want the box kit on its own, that is £14.99. So you can see it's a lovely comprehensive collection and it's absolutely perfect for your Christmas crafting. Done a little graphic as well just to show you all the goodies that you get in there, because I know sometimes it's a little bit difficult to be able to see on the screen. So we've got the 6x6 stencil, we've got your 5-piece die set, we've got that lovely large stamp plate, and we've also got the A6 embossing folder in there too. And then if I pop this one in, this shows you the paper designs. You've got lovely tartans in there, you've got candy stripes, you've got holly designs, you've got some florals in there. Really beautiful design papers. And then, so that's what you get in your box kit as standard. If you want to go for the extra limited edition stamp, this is how that's going to look. Okay, so that is your extra limited edition stamp, which is the Silent Night scene. Anyone who's maybe joined us before will know that the limited edition stamp is only available to purchase with the box kit, and once it's gone, it's gone. We won't be remaking it, it won't be coming back, and it won't be coming back on its own. So if you love that stamp, this really is your opportunity to be able to get it. So I'm going to just pop the camera back to the overhead. Just give me 2 seconds. And I'm going to show you some finished projects of what you can be making. And these are some of the projects that are featured within the magazine. So let me just grab my little stand in. In fact, I've got 2 stands and all of the ones behind me. But I just want to give you a little peek at what you can be making with this. So the first one is one of Rebecca's, and she's actually filmed this one as a YouTube as well, so we'll be getting this one up next week. So this uses the gorgeous flower designs from the kit, all stamped, cut out and then layered up, but look at how 3-dimensional and beautiful they look. Using with the beautiful papers as well in the background, it works so well. This one is one of mine coming up. So this was just showing you how you can use that lovely embossing folder to create a beautiful centre feature on your card. And then we've got the little cut out topper corners as well. And we've got the gorgeous papers in the background too. So you can see how lovely that then looks. And then adding all your sparklicious glitters on there, it works perfectly. Another one of Becca's, this one's using that lovely embossing folder. So she's done that Merry Christmas, but she's lightly just gilded over with a little bit of gilding wax. It might be a little bit hard for you to see on the camera in here. And then she's used the flowers. She stamped the top layer onto heat resistant acetate, and she's also stamped the underneath layers onto our lapis lazuli pearl card. She's then added the stamen die into the middle of the flowers and added a little jewel as well, and used that foliage die to add some foliage into the background too. Next up, I feel like this is a little stand of mine and Becca's cards, these ones. This one's another one of Becca's. So this is using that beautiful stenciled tree design in the middle. Doesn't that look amazing? Looks like she's used some lunar paste on here and then covered it with some glitter to give it that lovely shimmery effect, and then used the little flowers to embellish in the corner along with one of the topper sentiments. Next up, this looks like a Glynis. This is a Glynis card. So Glynis has used the decorative dies in conjunction with your box kit on this one, and I love how she's used the little leaf to build a little wreath around the edge there. And then she's used one of the flowers and used one of the stamped sentiments as well. This is another one. This looks like a Glynis. So this is using the holly square die set to create your background and then layering up the flowers. Absolutely lovely. She's then got Have a Holly Jolly Christmas in the middle there too, which is of course from your stamp plate. And you can see how you can be glittering that holly jolly detail in there as well with your fine glitters. Next up, let me have a look. I don't want to show you the everyday card yet. I want to stick with Christmas for now. This one is one of Becca's. So this is using the little decorative dies to create a shaped card blank as well, which is super cute. And then she's used a smaller flower in the middle and used one of the sentiments, stamped and embossed. Next up, this one's one of mine, and I've used the flower and I've done it onto vellum and then used my little stamen die in the middle. Now this one looks like it's got a little bit squashed in the post, because the way I did have it was I had all these little bits kind of sticking up like this, so you can kind of rough them up a little bit, and then that creates the little centres to your flowers, which looks really cool. You can be glittering the edges of these as well, or you can just be adding a pearl in like I've done on here. Next up is another one with that embossing folder. Honestly, I am obsessed with this embossing folder. I love it. If you want to make some quick and easy Christmas cards, but ones that look super duper effective, this is for you. So we've got the lovely backing papers all layered up, and then we've got that Merry Christmas panel in the middle, which we've embossed, coloured in the little leaves, and then I've glittered it with some of our sparklicious glitters. We've got some everyday projects in the magazine as well, where I've used the watercolour washes, paper pad and vellum along with the flower stamps to create these beautiful little everyday cards. These look so pretty when we had them all stood up as well, just with the colours. So nice. We've got some from the Practical Publishing Design team as well. So we've got some nice quick and easy makes too. So if you want to make some little tree shaped cards, of course you can be. This one I thought was really cute, just a little circular card. That could even be a gift tag. And then some little jewels on there too. DL cards as well, really pretty. Nice in the contemporary colours as well for a change. Then got this one here, that's, I think it's that a Z fold card, like kind of a fancy fold to that one. Another one here showing you how you can use the stamps to create that wreath design around the edge and then have a holly jolly Christmas in the middle. This one here, mixing and matching with lots of different papers. I feel like this should be a little easel. Yeah, there we go. A little easel card and then a stenciled tree on the front there. Very contemporary, the colours on that one. And then we've got this one here showing how you can use this, the stencil to create those lovely trees. Inking through, you can be using your blending brushes as well. This is the card that I'm going to show you how to make in a moment once I've shown you the finished samples. So I'll pop this one to the other side so that I don't get that mixed up. Just going to pop some of these cards back. Just then I can get the next pile in. There we go. So this one is one of Glynis's. So you can see how she's used the trees in the middle. She's inked through and kind of overlap them and layer them together and then use the papers and the gorgeous little Christmas rose in the corner. Love this one that Glynis did. I think this is beautiful. It's so sparkly in the flash as well. So she's die cut out the stamen die but then stuck it all over to create like a background. Added some glitter on so it almost looks like little snowflakes and then she's used one of the flowers. Next up is one of Becca's. So she's done this all in the lovely green colours. Really nice and fresh, using the papers and the toppers and the beautiful embossing folder. This one here is your beautiful cover card. Okay, so you can see how we've got this here. And then when you open it up, look at how she's decorated the inside there. Isn't it beautiful? The little star stamp in the corner is gorgeous. And then when you fold that back in, it is just so pretty. These flowers are beautiful. And I'm going to show you how to glitter them as well when I show you how to make my card. Next up, we've got another one. So we've got a beautiful wreath design in the middle. Using that foliage as well onto heat resistant acetate to build up a wreath design. Popping the Christmas cut out from the embossing folder across the middle. And then using the little flowers as well. These cards are really lovely too. Just using the toppers, nice and quick and easy to do. Cutting your little toppers out, layering them up with all of your beautiful papers and decorative dies. And then let me just pop these back in the little stand. I love making this one. This is possibly my favourite card. So this is an A5 one. And what I've done is just take the piece of card, I embossed my Merry Christmas across the top, and then I've just inked it using my Distress Oxide. So from memory, again, it'll be in the magazine, I think I used Chipped Sapphire and Stormy Sky. Maybe a little bit of Salty Ocean as well, just to add a bit of variation in there. But I've just inked it all up, and you can see how I've left it a little bit lighter in the middle. And then we've got the gorgeous Merry Christmas going across the top, which I've just glittered up, and then I did the trees. I glittered them with one of our glitters and then layered it up. Absolutely beautiful. Next up, this looks like a Glynis card. So Glynis has gone to town with the sparkle on this one. Look at the bling. So she's done that lovely little Have a Holly Jolly Christmas in the middle, and then she's cut the trees out and layered them up. And then she's added all of that sparkle around the edge as well. So pretty, and using the papers too. Next up, this was a little quick card that I did, creating a background with the flower and then using that It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year stamp in the middle. And then one just using the little Christmas rose. Again, I had all these fluffed up. I think they've got a bit squashed when they've been sent back to us in the post, to be honest. There we go. So you can see how you can use the little flowers and kind of layer it up. Really lovely, perfect for your smaller projects too. So that is pretty much all of the finished samples I've got to show you. There are a lot more, but I'm going to leave that as a little kind of sneak peek for when you get the magazine home. Leave some little surprises for you all, because I'm sure you're all very excited to receive this one. So the Box Kit magazine is available to pre-order today. and it'll go on sale officially from the 26th of October, but you can pre-order today from chloescreativecards.co.uk to secure your copy. So what I'm going to do is pop the details up for the box kit, and I'll gather all the bits together for a demo, and then I'll show you how to make one of these gorgeous cards. So I'm going to knock the sound off when I do this as well. So the sound is going off in a couple of seconds, and I'll be back with you very soon. Right then everyone, I'm back, and this is what I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cute little shaped circular card. Just noticed my gilding wax was nearly falling off the table there. So we're going to be making a little round card for something different. So I have already die cut out all of my little layers and pieces, but I will show you exactly what I've done. So it's always hard to explain when we're using the dies as to which ones we've used and things. So basically what I've done is, for the size of the card blank, I've counted so there's 4 dies, and then I've used the 5th one, okay, in the basic circle set. So this is the 8x8 basic circle die set that I'm using. So I've die cut out 2 of those just from black card, okay, so we're going to use that to create our base. So I've then taken the next size down from that one, and I've die cut it out of the beautiful tartan paper that you're going to get in your box kit. Okay, really lovely. Again, we'll add these as a free download to the website as well once the box kit's on sale. So that's going to go over there. And then next up, I missed out, oh no, I've just put the die back in. Let me just work this out. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I missed out 2 dies, took the next one, and then I've cut that from our lovely Jupiter red card. And then I took the next die size down from that, and I've cut that from black again. Okay, so that then creates all of the mats and layers for your base card. So I like to keep my dies on the magnetic sheets as well. Make sure you keep them all nicely together, and I tend to have my fancy ones on one side and then my plain ones on the other. So let me pop that back into there. So we're going to take one of the largest black circles to start with, and we're basically just going to fold it in half. So we're just going to line that up, fold that in half, and then I'm going to take my scissors and just run it along the edge, like so, just to give it a little bit of a crease. You can use a bone folder or something to do that properly. So then next up, we're going to take the other circle and we're going to stick it to the front. So then you can see how that's then creating your card blank in effect. So this is how it's going to stand up. Okay, if you wanted to make sure that it didn't rock, you could just cut a little bit. In fact, I'll do it to show you. Just cut a little bit off the back, like this. Just so then, oh, I've been using self-adhesive sheets on that guillotine. Just so then it gives it a straight edge to be able to stand, like so. Okay, then you don't see it from the front, it's just at the back. So what we're going to do is take this black circle and stick it to the front. So I'm going to put my glue just on the front of the little folded piece, like so. I'm going to take this one and stick it over the top. Like that. Okay. We are then going to take our beautiful patterned layer, which is this lovely kind of tartan design, and we're going to stick that onto the top. So a little bit of glue again. Stick that down. We're then going to take our piece of Jupiter Red Pearl card. I'm going to flip that over and pop some foam pads just onto the back. As you all know, I do like a few foam pads just to make sure it's nice and balanced. So I'll just take the backs off these. Again, these are our foam pads on a roll, which are truly fabulous. They are so, so good. So then that's going to go into the middle of there, like so. So you can see how that's layering up all nicely. And then next up, I'm going to take my embossing folder. And I'm going to pop my little circle just into the middle. So we're just going to get it nice and kind of lined up. I can manage to get most of the holly on. So if we go about there, so you can see on the embossing folder where it's going to emboss. Okay, so then we're going to take our Gemini, and I do believe it's 2 clear plates for an embossing folder. So we're going to run that through our machine, like so. And we'll grab that at the other side. And there we go. So there you can see you've got that lovely, it's probably really hard to see, I couldn't have picked a worse colour really. You've got that really nice deep emboss of the Merry Christmas on there. So next up, we are going to take some gilding wax. Now, I personally absolutely love the Pebeo ones. These have been out for years, and to be honest, I've probably had this pot for years. So they do them in like gold and silver. I did get this one off Amazon, I think, but it's absolutely fabulous. It's a nice shiny silver as well. So I'm going to take my silver gilding wax. I'm going to pat it into the little lid. I always like to go really lightly with the gilding wax. So I'm going to start with just a little bit on my finger. And I'm just going to lightly, very, very lightly rub over. Because you can always go back and you can always add a little bit more, but you can't obviously take it away once it's on there. So, and then just touch this up a little bit here. But you can see how the gilding wax really highlights the design really, really nicely. And you can just keep going in and adding a little bit more if you want to. There we go. And then if I hold that up, you can see how that then looks. But I'm just going in very lightly, and I personally like to buff a little bit off the background as well, because I quite like that kind of aged effect. If you're like a chalkboard, love that look. So you can see how that's then kind of tying that all together. I'm just going to grab a baby wipe just so I don't end up with gilding wax everywhere. There we go. Right, just get that off my finger. And then next up, we're going to start with our glitters. So we're going to start to glitter up the Merry Christmas. I wonder if I can zoom in a little bit on the camera. No, don't think I can. Anyway, right, so I've got 3 different Sparklicious glitters here. Now, I'll be honest, I'm using red poinsettia. This is either put on your dancing shoes or get down and boogie. It is an older one, but I just wanted a silver hologram for this one. And then I've got a very old green that's in a very old pot, and I'm not 100% sure what this one was called. But basically, the reason why I've chosen this one is because it doesn't have a transparent base. So you want a green that's got a more silvery base than transparent. So like Lime Zing, Grasshopper, they're all a little bit transparent. Whereas when you're working on a black card, you need a glitter that's got a more silvery base, because then when your glue dries, your glitter will really pop. Your other alternative is, instead of using Dry's clear glue, use a Dry's white glue. So then you'll really get the true colour of the glitter on the black card. So, because these are opaque glitters, they've got that silvery base, they're not transparent. I'm going to use my Art Glitter Dry's clear glue. And literally, all I'm going to do is just go in and trace the words. Going in over the M first for Merry, do the E, and because this is embossed, you've got that lovely kind of raised line just to work onto, which makes it super easy. Just continue to fill this in. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take my red. So this is red poinsettia that I'm using. I'm going to sprinkle that over the top. And you can see it's a lovely kind of holographic red. Tap away the excess and you can see how that's now making those words really pop. Okay, so next up, I'm going to go in and I'm going to glitter my little berries in red. So, and that's going to go straight back into the jar once we're done. And next up, we're going to work with this green. So what we're going to do is, again, we're just going to take our glue and we're just going to infill the little holly leaves. So, and then sprinkle it over the top, tap away the excess, and then I'm going to do exactly the same with these ones here. So with my glue, all I'm doing is just keeping quite a firm pressure on the bottle and literally just tracing the lines. And if you notice, the way I hold the bottle as well is like how I'd hold a pen. So then you've got more kind of control to do your fine glitter work. You can see how you can just work your way around. Adding that onto there. And then we're going to cover that with our green glitter. so. And then pop that to one side, and then the glitter's going to go straight back into the jar. Then next up, we're going to take our glue again, and I'm going to go and infill just between the lines of Christmas. So this is really nice and easy to infill because it's kind of created like a little well for you just to work into. Just nice and slow and steady. And as I'm doing this, what I'm kind of doing is just scratching the card almost. So I'm not trying to do too much at once, I'm just letting that glue flow nice and steady. We're just working round, adding this in. Like so. So I'm going to stop when I get to the end of this eye, and I'm going to put my glitter on, just because I don't want it to dry at the beginning there. There we go, but you can see instantly how that pops. But it's so easy to do. So then next up, we're going to keep going. Now I'm going to do the T. I'm just making sure my hand doesn't go over anywhere that we've already glued. I'm going to keep going. Working round. Like so. Then we're going to take the lovely holographic glitter again, sprinkle that over the top, and then tap away the excess. And you can see how that then creates that lovely Merry Christmas topper. So what I'm going to do next is stick that onto my base card. I'm going to grab my card in. I'm going to just use a little bit of my dry clear PVA on the back. This one. I'm going to stick that down. There we go. There we go. And then you can see, normally I would let that dry and then stick it on, but for the purposes of the video today, got that one all stuck on. Next up, I'm going to take my stamp. So this is the lovely large flower stamp from your stamp plate. And I'm going to take a little bit of anti-static just onto my, this is Jupiter Pearl paper. I'm going to take my clear embossing ink pad. I'm going to ink up my stamp. And then I'm going to place this down onto my paper, and press. Nice firm even pressure all over the image. I'm going to lift that off, and then I've got metallic gold rich super fine as my embossing powder for this one. So I would stamp and emboss 3. I'm just going to do 1 to show you because I've got some that I've already done and glittered. And then I'm going to heat that up. But you'll see with this stamp how beautiful it is. There we go. So you can see how lovely that then looks. I think I've got a little bit of a fibre or something on my stamp. There's just a little bit there that's not quite come out, but we don't need to worry about that because we're going to glitter it. So what we're then going to do, what you can see with the embossing, how pretty that then looks, because you kind of get the little bit more embossing in the middle and then it radiates out, which is lovely. So we're then going to take our dry clear glue again, and literally all I'm going to do is just go in between the lines of the embossing. Like so. And then when it gets tight towards the middle, I just kind of flick and pull the glue towards myself, like so. And then we're going to take our red poinsettia glitter, sprinkle that over the top. So we're going to work our way around and do all 5 petals. So I personally find it easier working towards myself, so I just turn the paper for each petal. So, sprinkle it over the top, tap away the excess. There we go, we can just work our way around, building this up like so. Okay. Finding your glue isn't quite flowing as easily as well. Can be that your glue's just got a little bit thick if too much air has got into the top of the glue. So you can find that this is a bottle that we are using pretty much every day, so we just leave the pin in. If you're not going to be using your glue for a period of time, I would take the pin out and pop the proper lid back on. You can also find that your metal tip might need cleaning. So if that's the case, take the little tip off and soak it in boiling water with a little bit of washing up liquid, and then you can just use your pin to remove any excess glue, and that does tend to also help. There we go. Right, so that's going to go straight back into the jar, and I've then got 3 that I've already done that have dried, and I'm going to show you how to cut them out. There's not a die to go with the stamps from the box kit. Okay, it's using your scissors and cutting them out. Okay, so we've got our 3 flowers, and I'm going to take my scissors and just start to cut these out. So again, I'm just using my scissors, feeding the paper into them, feeding the paper into the blade, sorry, and working all the way around. so. There we go. That's that one. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the next one. Just following the edge with my scissors. So if you notice, it's the paper that's doing all of the moving, not my scissors. My scissors are staying pretty still. Just using the length of that blade to trim around the flower design. Like so. Personally, I absolutely love fussy cutting. I find it so relaxing. It does chill me out. So, I'm just going to trim around the edge here. So, nice and easy to do, nice and easy shape again. There we go. Right, so once we've got those all cut out, we are then going to take our flowers and we're going to pinch down the middle. Like so. I'm going to pop a little blob of glue just into the middle, and then we're going to layer these up on top of each other. So I'm going to stick the first one down there. I'm going to add a little bit of glue just onto the back. Twist round and give it a little squish just in the middle, and then we'll just flatten that flower out just a little bit. Okay, next up I've taken a little stamen and I've die cut it from some gold mirror card and just gone onto the edge and added that silver hologram glitter. So put on your dancing shoes or get down and boogie would both work if you've got either of those in your stash. Then I'm going to just twiddle, in effect, like roll the stamen between my fingers, and then I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just onto the back and then stick that down into the centre of the flower, and we're going to use a little AB bling stone. So the AB ones are in lots of our bling boxes, but they're really lovely as they do pick up the colours from behind. I'm going to stick that down into the middle, like so. And then we're going to grab our card planking and we're going to stick our little flower just onto the corner, like so. So a little bit of glue just onto the back. So it just seems a little bit blocked up. Try again, a little bit of glue just onto the back, like so, and then we're going to just stick that down into the corner. Just push that little jewel back into the middle like so. So then next up, I've taken my little dies that you get in the box kit. So we've got the little holly one and we've got like the little leafy one. And what I've done is die cut two holly ones out, and it's our fairway card, and I've just covered it with a double-sided adhesive sheet, and then I've die cut two of the little leafy one as well. So again, both of these have been covered with a double-sided adhesive sheet. So what that then means is we can peel the back away, she says, like so. And that then makes it sticky. So we can then take our glitter. So I'm just going to use the same green that I used on the card. Tap away the excess, and then you can see how we get the lovely little sparkly vines. So just work round. Add in the glitter. This with all of them. Next one. There we go. And then we're going to pop that back into the jar. Oh, I shouldn't have put my scrap paper in the bin there. Need it back. And then we're going to take these little vines and we're going to go in with our Dry's Clear glue. Then on the little berries, I'm going to add a little dot of the Dry's Clear. And then I'm going to sprinkle over my red poinsettia. So that'll then give me the little sparkly red berries. Oh, there we go. Oh, on the little vines. So I'm going to do that on the leaves. And I'm also going to do it on the little holly ones as well. Okay, and then we're going to pop that back into the jar. So that's red poinsettia that we've just used there. So next up, we're going to take these little vines and we're going to just start and tuck these in behind the flowers. So it's going to go in there. Bit of glue. And we're going to tuck this one into there. And then a little bit of glue again. Tuck that one in there. One more. There we go. So that then creates your little bit of foliage just behind your flower. And then next up, I've got a bit of red ribbon here. It's not the greatest red ribbon of all time because it's not double-sided, but I'll do for this project. So we're going to tie a triple bow. So again, I'm just using my fingers. I'm going to wrap it around my index finger, wrap it around my third finger, back round my index, back round my third, and I'm going to do that once more. So I've got 3 loops in either finger, so you're doing a figure of 8. I'm going to grab that at the back, and I'm going to take it, tuck it all the way around, and tie a knot at the back. And I'm going to take that out. I'm going to leave the ends quite long. So what I then did is I took a little glue dot for starters. So I'm going to stick my little bow into the top corner, she says. There we go. And then we're going to twiddle the ends and then stick them in place. So to stick them in place, I'm going to use half a glue dot. It's just a little bit. I'm going to twist them first. And I'm going to stick that one there. I'm going to cut the end off this ribbon first because it's not nice and sharp. There we go. Looks better. So then twist that round and stick that one there. I'm going to do the same with this side. I think the red bow really lifts it. It looks a bit dark without having the ribbon on here. But then once you get the bow on, it looks really lovely. So I'm quite happy with how I've twisted that there. I'm going to pop my glue down to hold it in place. One more little twist. A little bit of glue. Take the back off. And then we're just going to stick it down like so. Turn that round, and then I'm also going to add a little glue dot just onto the back. Oh, Glynis, that's a good shout. Glynis is saying it could be Holly Green. She's got one in some old packaging. It's not one we've got in stock currently though, everyone. I'm really sorry. It is a very old one, but it worked for the technique. It worked for the technique. So, I'm gonna stick a little self-adhesive, not self-adhesive gel. I'm gonna make it self-adhesive by sticking it onto a glue dot. And I'm going to stick that in the middle of my ribbon. And you can see how that then looks. So that is using the lovely new box kit 14 from Chloe's Creative Cards. So I'm going to pop the little graphic back in to show you the box kit again. So this is box kit 14. We have two options available on chloescreativecards.co.uk. We've got the box kit 14 with the limited edition stamp, and that is $17.99. So you get all of the goodies. So you get your A6 embossing folder, you get your stamp set, you get your 6x6 stencil, your 5-piece die set, your papers, your magazine, and then you also get an additional A6 Silent Night stamp. Or we do have the box kit just on its own, where you get that for $14.99. So I've got a little screen to show you the content of the box kit. So that is your 6x6 stencil, your 5-piece die set, your stamp set, and your beautiful Merry Christmas embossing folder. So that gives you an idea of the contents that's in there. And then next up, we've got the beautiful papers that you get in the box kit. So all of what I've shown you there, you get as standard with your fabulous magazine. But then for an additional £3 only at chloescreativecards.co.uk, you can then get the limited edition Silent Night stamp, which is gorgeous. It's a beautiful panel style design that's going to be perfect for crafting your Christmas projects. So let me grab the box kit back in. Here we go. So this is box kit number 14. Chloe's Creative Cards one. This is the Christmas edition for this year, and hopefully you are all going to love crafting with it when you get it home. I am sure you will. There is so much inspiration packed in here, so many ideas jam-packed in, and of course you get all of those crafty goodies too. So you can hop on over at chloescreativecards.co.uk right now to pre-order your copy. So you'll get delivery from the 26th of October. And all of the information is on the website, so have a little look over there. Thank you all so much for joining me today.